Hey. Time for another Out of This World story from rSpace. Today on rSpace, promise us that whenever you decide to leave your cheating partner, that you leave for good. There's no room in your life for people who treat you so carelessly. Run for the hills. Run and don't look back. Up first, we have to listen to our intuition. 23 male, 23 female girlfriend wanted an open relationship, so I broke up with her. Now she wants to get back together. I, 23 male, was dating my ex, 23 female, up until a month ago. We were together for 4 years before that. So before we broke up, she was acting distant for a good month. Then, as of last month, sat me down and asked for an open relationship. The minute those words came out of her mouth, I broke up with her. I came into this relationship expecting a monogamous relationship, and now she wanted to change the relationship. I only want to be with one person. If we couldn't agree on that, saw no future. With the way she was acting before this, I can't trust her, and even if she wasn't acting shady, I wouldn't be able to trust her anyway for suggesting it. Those are some of the reasons I decided to break up with her in that moment, even though it might seem harsh. In my opinion, if someone wants a relationship like that, the relationship should start like that, for it to be healthy, not just dumped on your partner after years of monogamy. Now I've been getting texts and voicemails from her crying to take her back, and that she didn't mean it. I'm not sure what to think. Some people have been telling me that I acted too rash, and didn't even give us time to work it out, and that it was cruel of me to do that. Is this something I acted too quick with or not? Ask for an opinion, the community will respond. Apple's X and X Cinnamon says, nope, you went with your instincts. They were correct. If she wants to sleep with other people, she can do it without you. I don't understand why she feels like she needs you. You gave her exactly what she wanted. Why isn't she happy? The OP replies, exactly. She got what she wanted, a pass to sleep with other people, just without the boyfriend. Trey Boucher says, good for you. She probably had someone in mind. It didn't work out, and now she's crawling back. You know what you want in a relationship, and she's not it. The OP replies, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if I found out that she cheated, either emotionally or physically, already, and was just trying to use it as an excuse. I can't trust a person who suddenly wants to turn a monogamous relationship into an open or poly one, especially with the way she was acting the month before this all happened. Yoan2000 chimes in, I think you did the right thing. I was in a similar situation, and I'm thankful that I stuck with the decision to break up with her. Any doubts you have currently will fade with time. You can't help but suspect that she suggested this because she already knew who she wanted to sleep with, given that she was distant for a month leading up to this. The only time, I think, an open relationship has a chance is if you are on good terms when it's suggested, not distant for a month leading up to it, and you are both on board from the get-go. Neither applies in your case. I don't think you acted at all rash, OP. If she wasn't already cheating on you, she definitely would have started had you stayed. I think it was fair to end things when you both entered into the relationship on the same page and with the same intentions, but suddenly boundaries are being crossed. When someone brings up something like an open relationship and that's not what you agreed upon at the beginning of the relationship, you shouldn't feel forced to stay just to make someone else happy. People grow apart. I think it's clear she had other intentions. I feel like if you don't enter a relationship talking about it being open right from the start, the idea of making it open as you go just means someone wants a guilt-free excuse to screw around on their partner. Update. I thought I would give an update since people DM me to post one when I can. I didn't expect to update this soon though. After posting and expressing to some people that I had a suspicion she cheated on me, I couldn't get the nagging feeling out of my head. I didn't want to know at first, but decided to go digging and ask mutual friends what X had been up to that month she was acting shady. I didn't expect one of her closest friends to spill the beans, but she did. My suspicions were correct. She had been cheating on me with a mutual friend's cousin. I decided to message the guy on Facebook. When I messaged him, he wanted to meet in person, so I met him at a local pub. When I got there, he apologized and explained everything, how he didn't know she was in a relationship, and that the day she called me wanting me back is the day he found out and broke it off. I can't fault the guy. He seemed genuine and really apologetic. On the plus side, I drank for free the entire time. He seems like a great guy, especially considering how he broke it off right away once he knew. But at least I have a bit of closure now. I blocked my ex on everything, and I'm gathering her stuff she's left here to mail to her so she doesn't come knocking. It's taking a lot of power not to leave a note in the box along the lines of, Mark seems nice. Too bad you lost him too. The community always got some opinions too. Chili Vanilli 75 has one. You're lucky she showed her real self before marriage. Good luck, man. The man from Uncle 100 chimes in. Good job, OP. You trusted your instincts and you got rid of lying, cheating girlfriend. Prisoner of Azkaban says, I vote you screw Mark, to be honest. The OP replies, I totally would, just not sure if the dude is straight or what. Shelly895 adds, you know what? Why not add the note? Let her know that you know she's a lying cheater. Ah, yes. Your intuition was spot on. I'm sorry she did this to you, OP, but I'm glad you were smart enough to get the heck out of there. What do you think? Next up, there's no such thing as almost cheating, especially when dick pics are involved. Does almost cheating count? My 36 wife, 35, moved to a new state for a job transfer and lower cost of living. We both were excited and came up with goals of creating a new life, making new friends, and creating stability for our young children. The pandemic hit, and we got really close to our neighbors and hung out at each other's houses. One couple went through a divorce rather quickly. That couple lived next door. The neighbor's wife moved far away, but as the couples hung out at his house all the time. He was an excellent cook and had a pretty nice spread in the backyard. One night, me and this neighbor, we call him Jim, were smoking a cigar with one of his old military friends. They began exchanging stories of how they would sleep with married women on base. I got uncomfortable and made an excuse to leave. This raised my suspicion because Jim and my wife would text from time to time, usually making plans for us all to hang out. My wife would also ask questions about Jim's love life. Whether it was right or wrong, I began to snoop. Couldn't find anything on her phone or emails, so I stopped. Over a year later, my wife found religion and told me to stop hanging out with Jim because he didn't live a clean life. I agreed because she was right, Jim wasn't the best influence. My wife went on a trip with her high school friends, which I was happy to pay for because our plans on making friends didn't really work out. During her trip, I found a diary entry in which she expressed her attraction to this guy, that she didn't care about a potential fail out of making her move on him. The entry was dated back to when we all started hanging out. Still, I confronted her about this because of all the signs. She said nothing happened. Then I found pictures of his dick on her phone, and a text that wrote, my husband will be out of town next week. Will you be around? I confronted her again. She claimed it was over, and that she wasn't going through with it. Mind you, I was going out of town for a close family member's funeral. I started recording her while I was away. She confesses that she didn't cheat, but she was going to. She apologized and tried to make up for it, about a week of effort. Then she went back to barely putting out and her normal moody behavior. Is it cheating if she didn't actually cheat and only didn't go through with it because I confronted her 5 to 7 days before she has plans to? She told me to move on and that it was only virtual. She is cold every time I bring up the subject. I feel like I can move on, but not that fast. Does almost cheating count? Ask the opinion, the community responds. OK Breakfast 9531 says, yes, this is cheating. Full stop. If you were sending dick pics to someone else and making plans to sleep with them, do you think she would consider that no harm, no foul? This was way over anyone's line. Potential ad 807 says, OP, sorry you're going through this. Break this down step by step. First, you're uncomfortable around this guy about what he said. I think he stated that to let you know it happened and was rubbing it in your face. Red flag. Second, you found her diary after she told you she found religion, but it was dated back from the beginning. Second red flag. Third, you found text messages with his dick pic and also when they were going to meet up. Third red flag. Fourth, now you have a dead bedroom basically and she is moody. Fourth red flag. I have a feeling that she is not telling you the truth and it already happened multiple times and you finally caught her. You might want to contact his ex-wife and find out why they got divorced and also let everyone, husbands, that goes to his house know what you found out. He might be doing the same thing to their wives. Please keep us updated. Next thought from Permian Cloud. This doesn't sound like almost cheating. Chris lives in Alaska says, agreed, she didn't get caught. Trickle truth in progress. Membership Impossible thinks, OP, I hate to say it, she cheated. The reason she did not want you hanging out with Jim anymore because she was fearful he would slip and let her secret out. If I was in your shoes, she would be taking a poly. Jim would be explaining the dick pics on her phone, and she would stop the neglect that you are getting from her. If she cannot do this, then you really need to consider if this is a relationship you want to continue to be a part of. So, yes, she did cheat on you. Dick pics aren't almost cheating. That's definitely cheating. Don't be in denial. Bring it up to her. And just think how fast she moved on from you once she saw Jim. That's moving fast. You're not moving fast at all. By leaving her, you're making space for good things in your life and people who aren't willing to hurt you. Be real with yourself here, OP. What should OP's next steps be? Meanwhile, next, If protecting your inner peace means breaking the lease, break the lease. Girlfriend of 2.5 years cheated on me, and we are stuck living together. My girlfriend, 24 female, cheated on me, 24 male, about 3 weeks ago. She didn't even have the courage to just break things off with me before she committed the act. I knew something was off and did a bit of snooping, which eventually led me to catching her in the act. If I could, I would have went straight home and packed all my things, left, and never looked back. The predicament is that we are stuck on a lease together and can't afford breaking the lease at this current moment. We both moved to a new city with no friends and family as well, so I'm kind of screwed on that sense. Although she did me dirty, for some reason I still love her deeply and would like to work things out. On her end, she doesn't want to and is still seeing this man she cheated on me with, which I recently found out is a coworker. I cannot heal while I know she is still seeing this man, and she has no respect to at least keep their relationship confidential. It breaks my heart over and over again when she spends the night at his house and doesn't return for 2 days at a time. I'm an overthinker, and while she isn't home, I'm just constantly thinking of negative things. Our lease ends in a couple of months, and I really want to heal, but it is impossible right now. The community should have some words of wisdom. New Arrival 9860 says, "The reason you still love her dearly could be that you love the person you thought she was, and you love the memories of what you thought you had, and what you imagined the future would be. Replace those thoughts with what you know now about her character, her ability to deceive you, and her ability to treat you with no regard and no respect. This is the real person. The one you have love for does not exist." Adventurous 5657 says, "Pack her crap and drop it to his house, and out her on social media." Mohamed 888 says, "I like this too, but I prefer the idea of bringing over a bunch of hookups. That would really burn her butt." The reality is, it's impossible, ever. Please don't consider ever going back to her. Not only does she not want to be with you, which she's made perfectly clear, why the hell would you want to be with someone who can just treat you so carelessly? Find someone to take over your lease and move the hell out of there. There's no way you can recover or heal from this while you're sharing the same space. That's so toxic. You need to advocate for yourself right now. You love the person you thought she was, but she's very evidently not that person. Let her go. Convince OP to leave in the comments below. There's nothing left for him here. Lastly, the epiphany we all need. Finally ghosting him forever. I've been waiting for that final straw incident in my toxic frickin' relationship for so long now, where I feel nothing, for that switch in my head to shut off. It finally did. After another fight last night, I realized how much I missed my life before he was in it. I miss having fun without this draining, dark relationship cloud looming over me every day. This time I've stopped replying for good, and of course he has no idea. I've gone back 100 times, but 101 was the lucky number, I guess. I'm grossed out by his presence. He's been texting since this morning about how he wants us to stop hurting each other. Ha! Me yelling about his cheating is hurting him. He says he will wait for me to cool off. Wait forever. I'm out this time, mother effer. The community has some words of support. Throw RA I'm too old says, "Congrats. Strict no contact can be hard. Keep to it. The stricter the better. And when you're feeling it, refocus your attention to rebuilding yourself, your life, your connections to others." Miserable Duck 5574 says, "I feel like I'm so effing close to this. I'm going maybe today is the day for me as well." The OP replies, "I'm rooting for you. Feels good to be free." Why Did We Live That Lie responds, "Here to a beautiful life filled with happiness and self-love. I'm rooting for you." Yes. Excellent. Sometimes all we need is that epiphany to really give us the kick in the pants that we need. I mean, 101 times is a bit much and you should have left after numero uno, but at least it's happening now. For him to say that you're yelling about his cheating hurting him is disgusting. He's totally delusional. Please don't go back. Cool off somewhere else and stay there. You deserve so much good that this world has to offer. This guy has nothing but pain and trouble. Have you been in a similar situation? Let us know below. And thank you for joining us today on rSpace. Like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on our next video. We'd hate for you to miss out. If you want to listen to more stories from me, check out our lounge where I feature a larger variety of non-cheating related stories. See you there.